Hi friend, welcome to my channel. Today we will be making chicken and shrimp creamy Alfredo pasta where the Alfredo sauce is made from scratch. Yes, child, yes. Stay tuned and see how it's done. Alright, let's get started. So basically you're just going to follow the recipe on the back of the box when it comes to boiling your pasta. Just add 1 cube of Maggie in the water to give some flavor. I am going to be using penne. I am going to use I lied, I'm gonna use 1.5 box, okay? And when you're done boiling it, make sure you drain it, add some butter and mix it around so that it do not stick. All right, so here we have our chicken that we're going to be using. I'm going to be using these chicken tender strips. I did save 3 of them. I want to use that for something else, and those are the one that I'm going to be using to make the Alfredo pasta. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean our chicken. We're going to go ahead and we're going to remove that vein that's sitting in the middle of the chicken tender. I don't want nothing to do with that, so I'm going to remove it. If it does not bother you or you feel like you do not have to remove it, then baby, you go ahead and you leave that there and you just do yours how you want to do it. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you how to remove that. So I'm separating the meat on both sides so that I could have the vein that's left in the middle. Once I have that, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take my knife and I'm gonna try to slide that meat out of there. Okay, try to slide that vein right out of there, and then when we do finally get the vein to release from the meat, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna throw the vein away. We don't want nothing to do with that. We straight. All right, and then now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna continue to do that with all of them. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start cleaning our meat with some lime. I only used 1 lime to clean the chicken. As you can see, it's not that much, so you don't need that much lime. I just make sure I squeeze the lime and I get all the juice from the lime, and I move that everywhere so that chicken could get all of that lime. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some white distilled vinegar, and I'm going to add some salt. When I'm done doing that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix everything together so that it could be well combined. It could be well combined, and all of the chicken got some of that marinade cleaning. Okay, all right, then when we're done with that, we're gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes if you have the time. If not, just go ahead and wash it away right away. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna rinse that off, and we're gonna get that marinade in cleaning juice, whatever you want to call it, out of the chicken. Okay, we don't need that. That was just for cleaning, so we could sanitize our meat, so our meat don't have that raw smell, so it don't senty clee, so your meat don't smell like outside. All right, all right. So now we're going to get a paper towel and we're going to dry that chicken up, okay? Because we put so much water in that chicken, some moisture got in there, and we want that chicken to be dry. And I always tell you guys the reason for this is because if you leave too much water in the chicken, when you go to like cook it, especially when you're trying to make it sizzle, it actually end up boiling because the water released from the meat, and yeah, it just don't turn out too good, okay? So just go ahead and pat it dry until you could get it as dry as you can, okay? All right, once it's as dry as you could possibly get it, we're gonna start adding our seasonings. So the first thing I did was add some olive oil, and the reason for the oil is that I feel that it helps the seasoning stick on the meat even better. So here I'm adding some all-purpose seasoning, I believe it's called. Anyway, don't worry, I'm gonna have the exact measurements for you and recipe in the description box below. I'm adding all my seasoning, my roasted chicken and herb seasoning, my poultry seasoning, my onion powder, all of that good stuff. Okay, we're not playing with our seasoning. Okay, we're gonna mix that, then we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get that slap your mama so hard until she get mad. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna sprinkle some of that on there, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna mix that all over so all of that chicken could get some of that marinade. All right, then we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna set that to the side because we're done adding all the seasoning to a chicken, and we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna start cleaning our shrimp. So you know, this is our shrimp. We're gonna go ahead and peel and divine our shrimp. Okay, I'm going to leave the tail on because I feel like just for appearance purposes it looks better on your plate, but if you want to remove the tail, baby, go ahead, be my guest. All right, So here, we're going to go ahead. We're going to remove the stomach lining of the shrimp. This shrimp, the back lining was already removed for me. So all I have to do is remove the stomach lining. And this is how you do it. You cut a line through the middle and go ahead and remove that. When you're done, we're going to go ahead and you're going to clean your shrimp. We're going to clean our shrimp so it don't have that fishy smell, you know. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get one lime and we're going to go ahead and maneuver that lime all over so that we can clean our shrimp. And just like the chicken, after we let that sit for a couple of minutes, I say about like 3 minutes, you could go ahead and you can rinse that off. Okay, we don't need that. And also we're gonna take a paper towel and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pat it dry as well, because we want our shrimp to be dry as the Savannah desert, child. Okay, I see I'm squeezing them before I even use the paper towel to make sure all of that water get out of that shrimp. Okay, I don't want that excess water. I don't need that right now. All right. And when we're done with that, we're going to go ahead, we're going to place it back into our bowl and we're going to start adding our seasonings to the shrimp. Make sure, you know, since you use the paper towel, you check your shrimp to make sure like none little piece of paper towel got stuck on there, okay? So here we're using our seasonings. We're going to be using some of this. We're going to be using some of that, all right? So we're going to put some of that. We're going to go ahead, we're going to put some garlic powder on there. Then after that, we're going to go ahead, we're going to put some Slap Your Mama on there. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to mix that all over. I'm also adding some parsley. That is totally optional. I'm really adding the parsley just because I feel like it's pretty. And I was looking at the crushed bell peppers and the crushed bell peppers was looking at me and they said they wanted me to add them. So you know what I did? I added them. All right. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to maneuver that everywhere. And I'm just going to make sure all of that seasoning get into that shrimp. All right. Mix that. All right. Next, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a pot on my stove at medium-high heat. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a little bit of oil and I'm going to start cooking my chicken. All right, so I'm going to start cooking my chicken into the oil, you guys, and I'm going to cook both sides chicken for about 3 minutes each. And when you believe one side is done, we're going to go ahead and flip it. See how beautiful that chicken looking? Oh yes, child, that chicken looking good, and it was smelling so good, y'all. It had the whole house smelling good. I wanted to just take that chicken and eat it just like that. I even thought about, ooh, this chicken look good. Maybe I could make myself some chicken salad with this. You know, I could make some chicken salad because this chicken was looking too good, child. It was smelling even better than it looked. I'm trying to tell you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna remove the chicken when it's done, and we're gonna add the other chicken. We're gonna continue to do this method until all of the chicken is cooked. All right, while the chicken is cooking, go ahead and step to the side and cut up some bell peppers and onions. Like you see, I got them cut up. I cut up some onions right there. I sliced and diced them. And then here I have one garlic clove, and I'm going to slice and dice that one. Okay, I'm going to mince my garlic until it's very, very minute. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my bell peppers, I'm going to put my onions and my sliced up garlic to the side. All right, then the same oil that we use, oil and pot we use to clean the chicken, we're going to go ahead, we're going to add our shrimp when the chicken is done cooking, and we're going to go ahead, we're going to add some lemon and herb butter, you guys. Okay, and if you don't have lemon and herb butter and you cannot find it anywhere, baby, just go ahead and just use regular butter and find you a little lime juice and sprinkle a little lime juice on the shrimp. All right, that's it. It's not the end of the world. Okay, all right, so go ahead and mix that all over. Do not let the cooked shrimp for too long. Do not let the shrimp cook for too long, because you know shrimp, they cook only like 5 minutes, they be cooked. Okay, we don't want no overcooked shrimp. So after approximately cooking for 5 minutes, ooh, them bad boys looking good, ain't they? Ooh, all right, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put that to the side, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start making our Alfredo sauce. You guys, I want to use this big wonk. I believe that's what they call it. It's the pot they use to make fried rice. I got it at Walmart for $5. Y'all see that big behind thing for $5? Can you believe that? You can't beat that. But why did I use that instead of a regular pot? To be honest with you, when I went to go grab me a regular pot, it was the first one up. You know, it was the first one up. And you know what? I just grabbed it and I said, you know what, it's going to have to do. And one thing I do like about it get hot quick. Okay, so that's why I'm using that. But you could use any pot you want. Okay, so here I'm adding my garlic. And I'm adding my onions, and I'm gonna let the onions caramelize, and I'm gonna let my flour, because I did add some flour in there. I know y'all saw that. I'm gonna let my flour brown a little bit, and I'm gonna let my flour cook. As you can see, I'm mixing this, I'm mixing it and mixing it, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let that cook like this, like that. Yes, child. All right. And when we got that cooking like that, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna add our bell peppers, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let my bell peppers cook. Yeah, I like my bell peppers to be cooked to the middle, not too soft, but I don't like my bell peppers to be too crunchy either. That ain't for me. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let that cook. And while that's cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add some cheese. Okay, I'm gonna add this right here. Okay, all natural Parmesan Romano cheese. All right, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna add some of that. We're gonna sprinkle that on there. Okay, and if you're wondering why I say substitute on there, what had happened was I did that Walmart grocery pickup, and that's not what I asked for. I asked for something else that was like it, but they ain't have it, so they gave me that as a substitute. If you wanted to know and you in my business, okay? So I just told you, okay? All right, so here we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our heavy whipping cream, okay? We're going to add 1 quart, which is that whole container, okay? And while we adding that, we're going to go ahead and mix it. And you guys, it smells so good. The aroma. Why they ain't come up with smell-o-vision yet? They doing everything else instead of the stuff they need to do, because that thing was smelling too good. I'm trying to tell you. So here I have my chicken, and I'm cutting it up. There's no right, there's no wrong way for you to cut up your chicken, baby. I ain't want mine to be too small, so I'm cutting it the way that you see I'm cutting it. If you want to cut yours smaller, baby, cut it smaller. If you want to cut them bigger, baby, cut them bigger. If you don't want to cut them things at all, then don't cut them. Okay, that's your business. All right, then we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put them back into that little to go, whatever you want to call that little plate. Okay, because we don't got time to be washing all them dishes. So yes, we be using them paper plates. Y'all sure enough do. I sure enough do. And okay. All right, so anyway, here we have some Asiago cheese, y'all. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna take that Asiago cheese, and we're going to put that bad boy into there. Okay, this is how it looks. That's the container that it comes from. I got it from Publix. Okay, I don't know if they got it at Walmart. I ain't never seen it. I ain't never looked for it there. Okay, but I got mine from Publix. So I'm going ahead and I'm adding mine right there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let it melt. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese. I'm using the Kraft brand and the Sargento brand. You don't have to use 2 different brands, baby. But let me tell you, this is what I had in my house. I needed 2 cups of Parmesan cheese, and I had half and half approximately. So that's what I use. But when you're making yours, baby, you could choose one brand, and you could use just that brand. And then, baby, if you want to use another brand, you could do that too. And if you do want to still use 2 brands because you feel like it does something different for you, then, baby, you go ahead and you do that too. All right, whatever you want to do, baby. 2022. We making life as easy as possible, baby, okay? We ain't stressing about stuff, okay? We making life easier for ourselves, okay? And that's on what? That's on period. All right. So here we have some cheese, some Monterey Jack cheese, and I'm going ahead and I'm shredding that cheese onto there. You already know I always tell you when you shred your own cheese, the cheese is cheesier, okay? So I'm going to use half of that block right there for now, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix that all over until it is dissolved, okay? Until that cheese become one with the Alfredo sauce. You see as this thing is getting creamy. All right, so here I added some salt. I added some parsley until I heard my ancestors, the cry of my ancestors said that's enough. Then I added some black pepper, okay? As much as you like, baby, as little as you like. It's not, you're gonna be all right. Then here I had some mozzarella cheese, y'all. I ain't had the shredded mozzarella cheese. I had the mozzarella cheese slices, but that's the mozzarella cheese that I had, and I wasn't about to go to the store to get no mozzarella cheese. So what did I do? I went ahead and I got those slices, and I took 2 of those slices and I cut them up and dropped them right in there, and they melt. You would never know they were slices. What difference does it make? None. Huh. All right, so here we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna add some more crushed red bell peppers. Okay, optional if you want to. I feel like it just makes the food a little prettier. That's the only reason why I really add it, because what it tastes like. It don't taste like nothing, you guys. Okay, all right. So you can see this is getting creamy and it's getting thick. It's looking right. You know who thick. Yes. All right, it started looking good. So we went ahead and we started adding our penne. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna add that, and we're gonna go ahead and just continue to mix it until all of the pasta is well coated. And I'm adding it a little bit at a time because I feel like it's easier to mix in that way. But baby, that's totally optional. That's up to you. You could add it all at once, baby. Whatever makes you happy, it makes me happy too. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna mix that, like so. Okay, so then we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna add our chicken that's already cooked, and we're gonna add our shrimp. We're gonna add the little juices from the shrimp too. All right, then we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna mix that all over, okay, until everything is well coated, everything become one. Everything is everything. Okay, all right, this is what's gonna complete our dish. Okay, mix everything well, mix it. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get that other half a block we had that we was remaining. We're gonna sprinkle some of that on there. Then we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get some triple cheddar Kraft cheese. Baby, add whatever kind of cheese you like or whatever kind of cheese you got at your house. Okay, and I went ahead and added about a cup of that on top of there. Okay, then you don't have to wait for it to melt at the top like I did. That's totally optional, baby, but that's what I wanted to do because I want to be extra, really. All right, so you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna mix that all over, and you're gonna mix that cheese into that pasta, you guys, because we want this to be creamy. We want it to be gooey. We want it to be cheesy. All right, just like that, y'all, and boom, there you got it, y'all. Chicken and shrimp creamy Alfredo pasta, y'all, and it don't get no better than that. I'm trying to tell you, you guys, this right here is to die for. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time.